guys, I have started the recording, and those who are new to this design pattern or those who haven't taken the session 1 and session 2 in which I have covered the solid principles and 2 design patterns, right? So you don't have to worry that you have to know this before even going through this session today, but it would be better if you, after this session, you can go through it. You will be able to link more to that one, right? So let me start with the observer pattern today. So first of all, as you guys know, there are 3 types of pattern, right? So you know, it's a creational, then it's a structural, and then we have a behavioral, right? So what does creational pattern says? That creational pattern says those who controls the creation of an object. So creational pattern controls the creation of object. What is structural pattern? Anybody knows from the previous session? Structural pattern is it's a composition of objects, right? Composition of object. कॉम्पोजिशन ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट से क्या मतलब है कि मतलब हम एक दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स को साथ में, मतलब काफ़ी सारे ऑब्जेक्ट्स को मिला के एक बड़ा ऑब्जेक्ट बना रहे हैं विच विल फर्दर सॉल्व द बिगर प्रॉब्लम. हाउ डज टू ऑब्जेक्ट्स कम्युनिकेट विथ ईच अदर? हाउ टू ऑब्जेक्ट्स कम्युनिकेट विथ ईच अदर? तो ये ऑब्जर्वर पैटर्न किस कैटेगरी में आएगा? कैन एनीबडी टेल मी? ओके, observer pattern, behavior, right? Yeah, so behavioral in this is observer pattern comes under this behavioral pattern, which means how two objects communicate with each other. तो पहले अपन देखते हैं कि क्या है ये observer pattern. तो observer pattern is whenever it is required, when anybody interested in the change of state ऑफ अ सब्जेक्ट. अब इसका मतलब क्या है कि अगर हमारे पास कोई एक सब्जेक्ट है, मान के चलो, एंड इट कुड बी एनी सब्जेक्ट, इफ एनीबडी वांट इज इंटरेस्टेड इन द चेंज ऑफ इट्स स्टेट. अभी इसकी स्टेट 1 है तो दे ऑल्सो वॉन्टेड टू नो. अगर इस सब्जेक्ट की स्टेट चेंज हो जाती है, नाउ इट बिकम टू स्टेट 2, अगेन दे ऑल वॉन्टेड टू नो. So that's what this definition says, that observer is anybody who is interested in the change of state of an object. Observer pattern is the best pattern for this requirement, right? Till now it is clear कि कब यूज होता है. Can you think of कि कैसे ये अपने आप, how they will get to be notified when any change in state happen? How? So one option is, let's say after every particular amount of time, let's say 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, they will keep on checking, is your state change, is your state change, is your state change. He will say no, currently I am still in state 1, nothing changed. But as soon as the state got changed, then again they will, let's say after that they will come, then he will say your state is changed, then you say yes. But this is not feasible, right? So first of all is there this observer pattern or this two things could be of different components, right? Or there may be network call involves, there could be things. So asking again and again whether your state has been changed is not feasible. And first of all, there could be many requests, right? There could be like 1,000 observers on this particular subject, so there are unnecessary calls load also. So this doesn't look feasible. It looks feasible if you have very less number of one subject and let's say 2 observer only, and it is not even important, even if they get some delayed, that okay, yes it delayed, yes state is changed, and after that they get to know. Maybe for a small this might be good, but even for large system this is not a good system, that each observer is coming and asking to the subject that is your status change or not. So this is the problem, and this is where the observer design pattern comes into the picture. And then it has told about different UML, one UML which solve this problem. So let's understand this UML first, and then we'll go with different examples. So I want 10 examples, 10. Start with its first UML. Let me show the UML. तो यहाँ पे हमारा एक है सब्जेक्ट, This is an interface. This interface consists of three methods. One is add observer, और इसको यहाँ पे बोलते हैं remove observer और update observer. ठीक है, तो ये this is an interface which has this three method: add, remove, update, right? And it has one it has one concrete subject, right, which maintain a list of observer, which maintain a list, and all the implementation of this add, remove and update, right? And so this is also known as observable, OBSER, observable. And then we have an observer, observe on observable objects. So this is an, if you are not getting anything as of now, don't worry, we will go with an example. This is just a UML diagram for this observer pattern. So we will go with this example how it is getting this. So don't worry about it for now. If you are not getting it, we will get more deep in some time. So now we have an observer. This is also an interface, and it has one method called update. And then it has, let's say, multiple concrete observer, they all implement the update method. And this subject, so here we have concrete subject has list of observer, so it has, and it is one to many, it is containing a list, right? So it is one to many relation. Okay, so this is what the UML of observer pattern is. Now, but don't worry about it, how this will, what is this UML, how we have come up with this. Now let's understand with an example first. So first example which I wanted to take is the NotifyMe, because this one, as I already covered in my recorded sessions earlier, right? So that's why I'm going to go with this one. After that, I need 9 examples more of real time which asked in interview based on this observer, right? So I will just cover this one. I will explain this. Now be ready with one example each, right? So let's say I will say that NotifyMe. So what does NotifyMe helpful in? Like, so let's say the question was, you have visited Amazon website and you wanted an iPhone. But it is currently out of stock. So there was a button called Notify Me. So you have to implement this so that anybody who click on this should get notified when the iPhone comes back in the stock, right? So this is the question. So you wanted to implement this button so that anybody who is clicking it, he or she should get notified of this object. So this is here, in this case it is iPhone is a subject, right? Here is the concrete subject, right? So whenever this subject is back in the stock, so everyone who has clicked on this Notify Me button has to be updated, right? Yes, iPhone is back, you can start shopping it. So here in this case, what is the subject here in this case? iPhone. So here if you go with this UML, what is the concrete subject here is iPhone. So iPhone is maintaining its own list to it has to identify, right? So whenever somebody is clicking on this Notify Me, means it is invoking the add method. So it will add the observer, whichever we have to observe, it put it into the list. If you remove yourself from the notified list, it will call the remove method, that it will remove you from the list, remove the observer from the list. Now as soon as this iPhone comes in the stock, right, it will call the update method. In the update method, what it will do, it will iterate over the list of observer from this list, right? So this is an observer object. So now it will call object dot update method. So this is an observer object. So these are all the observer. So it will call the update method of the respective observer which we have put into the list. You got it, right? This example is clear. Notify me.
Hey, I had one question. Can you go over again what the update method is going to do?
Yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
I missed that.
Sure. So here, let's say I am building an iPhone Notify Me button, right? So let's say I have created one class, right? Let's say I have created an interface. First, let me create an interface called stock, right? So this is an so here we have add method, remove method, and update method. So let's say I am implementing one class called iPhone which implements this inheritance stock, right? So now what we have relation, what we are building is stock is the parent and iPhone is the child. So this is the concrete, this is the subject, the interface. Now here iPhone is maintaining a list of let's say observer, right? So let's say it is maintaining a list. So we have to first implement the add method, right? In the add method, whenever so this is the new observer. So whenever somebody click on Notify Me button, so let's say Akshat has come in and click on the Notify Me button, so this add method will be called. So this is iPhone Notify Me button. As soon as Akshat click on this, so for this iPhone class, concrete class, add method will get invoked with Akshat details. So Akshat here is now one observer in this case. So iPhone will add this into his list, object list. So we will have object list dot add, let's say object, I will give it name Akshat observer, let's say, right? So similarly we have remove. So let's say Akshat say that okay, now I am not even interested, I am invoking revoking my this Notify Me. So here we just remove this, whatever the observer here is, Akshat observer, it will just from the list, it just remove this Akshat observer, right? Now in the update method, what it does is, so whenever the iPhone comes into the stock, right? Let's say we have some different class where the stocks has come in, it will just say that let's update everyone. So whenever this update method is invoked, iPhone is maintaining a list, right, for all the observer. Akshat is just one of the observer. There could be more, Shrayansh, there could be many observers who is waiting for this. So it will iterate over each of the observer from the list and it will update them. So obj dot update. So this update method is present under each observer, right? This update method is present into each observer and it will say that now iPhone is present and we can add anything. Either we can pass any object, any message, anything we wanted based upon the requirement of our question. We can pass any object to it and they can work on it after that. So you can say that I have notified everyone who has wanted me to get notified once the iPhone get into the stock. Is that clear now? The Notify Me part? How the observer pattern solves the Notify Me part?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the go ahead. What?
Go ahead, Akshay.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the iPhone concrete class is going to call the update method and it will be kind of doing a push mechanism.
Correct.
To all the observers. So my question is, where do the observers which are looking for an observable, Can they also call that update method kind of a poll mechanism?
I didn't get it. Who? Observer itself?
Yeah. Can the observer also call the update method?
No. So here in this case, iPhone is your observable, and let's say here Akshat, Shrayansh, Sriram is kind of observer, right? So it's one to many. So iPhone only will push
Got
and
it.
call the update, right? So this will call update, or I would say that not update, or I will say that notify. That will make more clarity that iPhone,
Makes
as soon
sense.
as it comes to the stock, it notify everyone, right?
Makes sense. Yeah. Thank you.
So this was
Yes, Shrayansh.
yeah.
Sorry, one more doubt I had is, so is that iPhone a global singleton object, or there can be many objects whose state will be changed and observers will be observing different objects of that iPhone? So I mean,
No,
the observers, they will be predicting the behavior of single global object, or there can be many objects of iPhone, is what I'm thinking.
no, here if you see, we are not dealing with one particular iPhone. We are dealing with the number of stocks. So let's say the stock number is 100, right? So here we are just implementing that yes, the count is greater than 0. So whenever the count is greater than 0 means iPhone is present now, and we can update that it's now in stock, or we can set a limit like whenever the count is greater than 50, then only call the update method and then notify all. Had some threshold value. So I can say that here the phone, we are not dealing directly with one individual phone itself. That's what I'm trying to say, right? It's a whole implementation which can be a singleton, you can say. So this can all be a singleton, one object which only this number can be updated, and everyone should work on that one only.
Okay, got it. And there is one more question which Prasan has also asked. So does iterating all the subscribers won't be a costly operation in real time use case? Do you
Generally
think?
not.
So,
If you so it's not, so see here the best part is it can be made asynchronous also. Let's say even in the real time. So even if you say
Okay.
publisher subscriber model, right, I will come to the advantage and disadvantage. So here
Okay,
this
sure.
is this is another major important interview question. What are the disadvantage of observable? This is the most asked interview question. To advantage I will already, I think in the cover first I have seen is, so everyone, each, let's say even if we come with 1,000 observer, everyone don't have to come and ask is any state change or not, right? So we have built a very loosely coupled system. Loosely coupled system is like if any of these two system got changed, nobody is much impacted because they don't care about it. iPhone care is, as soon as I got a stock available, I will just send the notify. Whether you read it, you don't read it, I don't care at all, right? So they are very loosely coupled. Like if anybody changes, it's not bothering or impacting the other system, right? But here this is the major thing. What is the disadvantage? So now here if you see, this is our observable, and this is our observer 1, observer 3, and it is calling the notify method here. Can anybody tell me the disadvantage here you see? Can anybody tell me the disadvantage?
If observer object got destroyed, in that case maybe we can have some issues. I'm not sure exactly.
No, but then
Like
we are
without-
saying right, it loosely coupled. Even if one okay, you are saying this object got destroyed.
No. What I'm saying, suppose some observer added itself to the notify list, and without removing it from that list itself,
Right.
the observer
Correct.
got deleted.
You are right. Totally, you are right. It's first is it can have a memory issue. Let's say I have a list of observer references 1,000, but if they get destroyed itself and they haven't removed from this object list, it is keep storing that memory, like, so this is kind of a memory issue. So that is one issue. Is anybody can tell me another issue?
I think when the observable itself updates itself in between, only half of the observers were updated. So that can be another issue. So let's say 1,000 stocks of observables were there, and in between it notified only 500 observers. And after that, observable become 2,000 in between. The next 500 funds will get 2,000 as the result. This kind of inconsistency may occur if there are huge number of observers.
If there are huge number of observers,
inconsistent data of the
inconsistency can come. Okay.
I don't
So
think
if the
that would
state
be
of the observable is changing too frequently, then
Yeah.
the observable will not be able to notify each of the observer.
Mentioned, if the observable is changing very frequently, then it has to keep on sending the notify. Just as soon as it's changed, send the notify, again send the notify, send the notify, right? So it could bombard the system, and you know that every queue and all, everyone has a limit to accept the request. So that system has to be properly managed. So that is one thing. So if it is not done properly, if we just have done the implementation without doing any such this consideration, what is the capacity limit and all, it might impact the latency and the handling capability. So another which I was thinking, like so see, there is nothing like a disadvantage you will see somewhere already listed down. It's just like from the interview perspective what we can think of, right? So one another I can think of is, so here we are not sending the notify in any sequencing manner. It's just like, let's say I have sent to observer 1, observer 2, observer 3. So now let's say state 1. Now in the state 2, when I send it, observer 2 get first, observer 1 get third, this get. So there is no consistency also in the sequencing of the notification received. So whenever we have to use the observable pattern, we have to first think in mind that we should not using in the system where the sequencing is required. Let's go with different examples of observer pattern. Tell me one more example. So notify me is done. This is an interview question also. Give me another where the observer pattern can be used.
Pubs of systems.
Which one?
Like messaging queue.
Yeah, what?
maybe a chat room, something
Chat
like
room, correct. So I will say that Telegram here in this case. So
Mhm.
Telegram here, if you see that we have a channel. Inside this channel, if you drop any message, it will broadcast to each individual that some message has been come. So yes, chat room is kind of one thing. Another example can
that. But it's
here?
it's quite easy to see that there would be like a lot of bombardment of requests.
Yeah.
Chat application.
Yeah, that is happening. But this is a very good example of Telegram or WhatsApp group. So even somebody drop a message, it will just notify everyone that you have a message.
The Zoom message.
Sorry?
The Zoom message. Can we type a message in this?
Okay, so
That's a
Telegram
chat
message
thing.
and
Same thing.
that's mostly okay. So all comes into the same one. Let's say Meet, chat. So it's all chat system. Yeah.
There are
YouTube subscription.
Yeah.
Maybe
And, oh yeah, that is a very good question. Let's say if somebody has told that, can you click the bell icon of a YouTube? So when you click on a bell icon, nothing but you are adding that observer into this list, and whenever any video get uploaded, you are just broadcasting the messages to all the observer who have clicked on the bell icon, not the subscriber, but the YouTube bell icon. I think we can say that. So yeah, that is one good example. One more, anybody?
सर नेटफ्लिक्स में जो मूवीज आती हैं
Netflix में मूवी आती है, but I have also Netflix. I never get a notification. Is there any notification button over there?
Yes, sir, sometimes.
Yes, push notification is there.
Okay.
For-
It's not there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, then it would be Netflix push.
Basically, all Android and iOS notifications will follow this.
Right.
pattern,
That
push
is very
notification.
good. Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
That is one thing. In the phone, we have something called a turn on notification, right? For each app.
Yes.
Turn on notification of each app. So if you see that, if you go into the settings, then we go to the application, then you can do turn on, turn off the application notification, right? That all comes into this observer pattern category. One major interview question which I will tell you, this thing is, so see, anything else before that? Can anybody else tell?
So in publisher subscription model, we use this only, right? The
Yeah.
observer pattern.
Yeah. So this is, you can also say that it's a Observable is my publisher and Observer are
Mm-hmm.
kind of subscribers,
Okay.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
we have what application?
Okay.
Can you also check the chat? I think Hardik is mentioning that he's not able to speak.
Okay. Whenever a new driver is present into Uber, it will notify each observer who is looking for cab. No, but that is very specific for a particular period. Like once you have opened the app. Let's say, what about? I don't know. I've never faced this kind of notification. If anybody has more clarity on this part, like when we just click on Uber and we just do a search, it is doing a searching. I don't get any notification. It just pick one. I don't think it's here the observer is me. I am initiating the searching. I don't get any notification from the pool of the subscriber. So here I'm not much clear, Hardik, like it can be used. Job portal in PayPal. Uh, how come job portal is notifying is again, sorry, I'm not sure if there is a notify option also in the job portal. If it's job portal, I think is one has to go look for the jobs, right? I don't think it sends a notification to all who has, right? So I don't think job portal might fit into this, because let's say today as a HR I posted a new job request, right? Oh, okay. I think what Hardik is saying, I get to know. Now in the LinkedIn, I can insert that any job posted by this particular company, I get to know. I think that's what he's trying to say. If I am correct, Hardik. So
Yes, that's what he's trying.
yeah, so yeah, that is pretty much fit into this category. That if I am interested in any, let's say any man company, I am interested. Let's say, then any job posted by those companies I should get notified. Yeah, that's pretty much fit into this. Okay, so from my side, the Twitter falls into observe. So you might have, this is the very mostly asked interview question, Twitter and Facebook feed. So here Twitter have followers concept, right? So you have one celebrity, let's say, and on or not even a celebrity, you just have one person and they have many followers. So as soon as this guy puts a tweet, they all the followers should get notified. So this Twitter very much follows into this observable design pattern. Similarly in the Facebook, if you have added as a friend, then anybody post a comment or image, all those who have been added, like they get notified. So that is from my side. Anybody else? Any okay, so one more which I am thinking is so you can say that cricket score updater. So here if you see that a cricket match is been played and Google Crick Buzz, even Zomato, Swiggy nowadays, so everywhere you will see the score. So everyone is observers for cricket matches and observable, and whatever the score we are getting here, as soon as every ball there is an state change of the score, whether it's a run, out, dot ball, anything. So cricket game state change with every ball. So every ball there should be one notify to every platform which is subscribing or showing the scores of this cricket match. So cricket score updater is also one more, falls into the category of observer design pattern. Anything else you guys can think of?
Sir, updation of Android apps, notification of update app.
Correct. In the
Like
phone, so that's what come here is like phone turn on notification for each app. So here if you have turn on the notification, I think for Android there is no application, so it will come anyway. Correct. Yeah, so that is one thing. Like if there is any new update, it will. I think it's kind of a hard push. Like even if you notify me or not, you will get that notification. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Android notification.
Absolutely.
Any questions? I am open for any questions in the previous session 1, session 2, or any with the observer pattern itself. So I am mostly done with the observer pattern. That's all I wanted to tell you with the various examples. Just can you share the previous session 1 2 recording? It's there in the playlist, Siyash. Just check out the live LLD playlist. So there are 2 videos in it, session 1, session 2. I will also upload this the session 3. Is it on YouTube channel? Yeah. Any other question, guys? Okay, I hope today's session observer pattern you guys might be helpful for you in future. Okay guys, happy Dashara. I will not take much of your time from the holiday. So
Same to you.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you guys.